What's up, collectors? SS Joe Ducati boy, and I'm doing a review on the brand new diecast Iron Man Mark III from the original Iron Man movie. Been waiting for this piece for a while. It looked so nice in the pictures, and I am definitely absolutely 100% happy with it. Wow, it's a beautiful piece. Luckily, I do have the original one from back in the day. I think there was two. There was the clean version they released, and then a battle damage version. I have the battle damage because you could do either look, I think. No, you couldn't do either look. But either way, I wanted the battle damage version better. And when I started collecting, it was already out for a while, so it did cost me quite a few extra bucks, but it was worth it. And now I'm glad I have both looks. I still love the old one, but this new one, wow, I'm impressed. It's definitely nice. So first and foremost, thanks Anthony, as always, for shipping all these things out. The guy's, he's so wonderful to deal with. He never once asked me to bring him up in the videos. I've bought probably way over 20 fucking figures off the guy, and he's just, it's amazing to deal with. So Anthony, I really appreciate everything you do. If you guys want to check out his channel, or Budget Stark, if you want your shit a little early and a reliable guy to deal with him, because he's never done wrong by me. And it's great. It's just a wonderful thing to have someone that could ship you the things out. If there's any problems, he fixes them. Like I said, he's never once asked me to bring him up in my videos. I always thank him, and that's that, man. Thanks, Anthony. Alright, let's start off with this bad boy and the accessories you get. Look at him. He looks great. It's, you guys, if you know my channel, I am definitely more of a Marvel guy. Like Batman and Superman aren't like until 9th on my list of favorite superheroes. But Spidey, Iron Man, Hulk, Deadpool, and Wolverine, those are my guys. And this thing does not disappoint. So look at all the cool goodies you get. As always, you get a cool stand with the nameplate. It's got the plastic thing on it if it looks funny, but I'm just gonna tuck this away. I'm not gonna be using it. It's real neat. You do get to put in batteries, lights up, but I'm not gonna do that because I'm never gonna use this probably. I just don't have the room, and got so many damn figures, it's starting to look like a New York subway station. Everyone's packed in there, and I'm not happy about that. So you get a bunch of hands. You get the fist that he comes with up there, and you get kind of a relaxed with, of course, each individual finger articulates. It's really cool. The wrist guards are already on there, and then you get this other one in the shot. So he's shooting his repulsors. Pretty cool. Beautiful paint apps as always. This is a nice soft pliable rubber we got going on there, so that's cool. And you got the shoulder rockets. On the older piece, these pop out, they're spring loaded, but with this one you have to swap them out. You can see the tab right there. Got some metal. It does have a bit of articulation. No side to side, just straight up and down pretty much. But nonetheless, it's there. That's neat. And we got the little missiles shoot out of his forearms. Pretty cool. The older one does have this also, but it pops up and down. This one, it's got tabs, which it gives it a bit of a cleaner look, I guess. But either way, and these pop out of his hips right there in the movie. I forgot what they were called, some kind of burst thing, I don't remember. But on the old ones, they are spring loaded and they do tend to pop out on their own, so I guess this is kind of better. You don't have to futz around with it, so that's pretty cool. get one for each side. Of course, you get the Tony Stark head sculpt. Look at that. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Nice and clean. This chin part does articulate a bit. And of course, here comes faceplate, which is magnetic. It holds up there, or you could place it completely on his face. You know the deal. So that's pretty neat. Man, that looks beautiful. The head sculpt is way better on this than on the old one, like the faceplate. So, who knows? Maybe you can use it on the older one, I don't know. What else do you get? Bunch of batteries, which, sorry guys, I won't be lighting him up. They're a pain in the ass, and I don't want to forget about the batteries and then they rot. I just realized my original Mark III, it's got the original battery, so I gotta take them out. They still work. That's crazy. Those are old. So of course you get hands for the other side. Same thing. You do get this waist piece, right? Like his midsection to do kind of that landing pose, which is real interesting. I wasn't even aware it was coming with this, but nonetheless, it's pretty neat. I don't know if I'm going to try to put him in that pose, but we'll see. But this is pretty cool. This is definitely something new. You get, of course, the post for the stand and the waist hugger piece. And last but not least, I have been dying to have this. It's so important to me. It's from the first movie. It's the thing that Pepper Potts gives him as a gift, and it's got a little tab on the bottom. You just pull that, and let me see, on off, bingo. Look at that, lights up. That is cool. Proof that Tony Stark has a heart. This I could have probably gotten off eBay, but damn, they were expensive as fuck. So I think this is an exclusive piece. I don't know if they all come with it. So just make sure you find out. Alright guys, man, I've been wanting that so bad, and I'm so happy that they finally gave it to us again. I believe it came with the Mark II, the silver one. So I do have two of those, but not the exclusive one. So, or maybe, I think they released that figure twice also. But let's take a nice close look at this beauty. Look at that head. Damn, he looks intimidating. I just love this Iron Man. My favorite suit, of course, Mark IV. But this, they really, alright, he is nice and heavy. You see the thighs here feel nice and cold to the touch. The biceps, this feels plasticky. Of course the head's plastic. So he does have some die cast in him. He's not fully die cast, but he definitely has a significant amount. And they did a hell of a job. He looks beautiful. Hold on guys, let me move all this shit out of the way. And you know what, let me show you guys a real quick shot of the box. You know me, I don't like wasting time on boxes. I'll show you a quick picture and then we'll get into the figure. Alright guys, let's get some close-ups of this bad boy. Man, I am so happy with this guy. You can see in the background there, I'll do a better comparison later, but that's the original battle damage one in the background there. But let's take some quick zoom-ins here. Look at that beautiful detail everywhere. He is just super shiny everywhere. Look at that. They gave him way more improved articulation compared to the old one. The only part you're not going to get any real good articulation would be at the ankles. There's no pivot, which I do wish they would have given him. I don't see why they didn't. And where else? At the ab section, but it's doable. it's no big deal to me, at least. Look at that arc reactor. It's just beautiful. So you can see beautiful details on. I like that they didn't do any stupid rubber like on some of the old ones. The Mark IV, I think the Mark 6 and 5, it's rubber over here. So if you have it bent for too long, you're gonna get creases there. There's no rubber here, so you don't have to worry about that. Look at this. This is just beautiful. I hope you're patient, because over here on these flaps, right, there's actually a little piece left. Each one, let me focus up, sorry guys. Each one of these little metal pieces came individually wrapped with this clear like little like saran wrap, and they did such a good job. Let me see these clear things, they just folded them over, and they're a little bit of a bitch to undo, but take your time so you don't damage the figure, because you got four of these pieces, and you can see how they fold out. They look beautiful. They feel like they're made out of a nice thin metal. But so there's 4, 2 on each side. Just take your time with those. You can see all these fold up real nicely, and you got more detail in there. There's a switch turn. It's just, they did a beautiful job with this. I love it. The tip up here folds up a little bit more, and then you could fold all these metal pieces down a little bit if you want. So that's cool. You even got little rivet marks like way up in there. It's just, they did a beautiful job. Beautiful. Everything is nice and taut on this. Super tight. So you get that on both sides, of course. Get beautiful detail going on. And let me see where else. So later on I'll show you, there is a button right about there, I believe, towards his butt, that drops down both legs so you get better articulation. I'll give you a quick shot at the back of the legs. Just beautiful. Look at that. And of course, by the calves over here, these things, man, I hate getting fingerprints. Man, I'm tanning real nicely. It is summertime and it is nice outside. Alright, let me see. Give you a nice close-up. Focus, damn it. There we go. That's the inner part of the calf there. It's awesome. This also gives you some articulation. Look at that beautiful detail going on in there. That's just so cool. Of course, this folds up a bit, so pretty cool, just like the original one. So let's close this up. Oh man, everything's so nice and smooth, brandy new, beautiful. So you get that there. Let me see, let me turn around here and move up a bit. You get these cool pieces at the waist that flap up so that you can, I guess, make them do a bit of a split. You don't have to worry about, like on the old one, didn't have that. You had kind of like an underwear thing. Either way, it's cool. And let's take a closer look at the side of the legs here. Man, this is just a beautiful piece. He looks great, man. Let's take a look at that head, that beautiful head. It looks cool because I have that other one, the diorama, where it's this suit, it's like cut in half and it's just hanging there. It looks so cool. The articulation on the head's pretty neat. Nothing crazy, but you can get them looking up pretty good. Look at that. So you can get some cool poses. Let's see, looking down. Nothing crazy. I don't want to force him. He does look down a bit, but I do like that he can now look way up. And over there, you can pop that off. There's a switch, and you put your batteries in there to light them up. It's got a little tab right there, so put the the bottom of the faceplate on first, and he goes on nice and flush. Damn, I love this damn figure. Oof. He's so beautiful. Alright guys, let me switch up a couple of the pieces and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I switched out a couple of the pieces. At first glance, these forearm cannon parts look identical, but they're not. There's a slight, see how this is a bit of an angle? So look inside here, because they are labeled. There's an R and an L on each one. So take your time and just pay attention to which one goes where. They both go on nice and easy. These also are labeled. Pretty much everything is labeled. I do like that the shoulder cannon parts, they're magnetic, so they're not tabbed in. They just go on and off real nice and smooth. I took off the chest pieces for you to show you the detail in there. Look at that beautiful detail going on. It's wonderful. That is beautiful. All that attention to detail. They did a sick job. Loving it. Now be careful and take your time also taking these off. Now first you take off the chest piece, of course, and the way it tabs in, you can see there's the tab on that side and this side. Just peel off one end first like this, and then it'll come off nice and easy. I had zero problems taking this off. And then you could pop off the bottom piece of the torso. I don't know if I have it upside down right now, probably, but same way, just pop off one side and the other side comes off nice and easy. So that was cool. And you could see the cannons look pretty badass there. The missiles, so that looks cool. The arm articulation on this is a beast. I love it. They did really good job. Pretty much the same thing as the Mark 42 and 43 that we've gotten, and the other two die-cast, the Iron Patriot and War Machine. If you have those, it's the same articulation. It's great. Look how much, whoop, look at that. See, you got to be careful with what you're doing, because I could have just scratched that. But you can see it goes up really high, and then the elbows come in real nice. So this works great. It's got a bit of a butterfly going on. Then you got the bicep rotation. They just did a sick job. These spring loaded the shoulder pieces, so that's cool. And this, you can see the magnet. It's beautiful the way it goes on. This, like I showed you before, does have a little bit of an articulation. The hands went on and off real smooth. You could see right there. I swapped that one. The hands, he just looks badass. Ooh. Now I put the Tony Stark head on because there's always Hot Toys in their fucking glue. This came right off and I'm like, what the fuck? The magnet is stuck to the other one, but that's simple. For some reason the glue Hot Toy uses sucks. You can see the magnet goes right in there, so that's no biggie. A bit of crazy glue, which I already have on hand. I'll attach it to this, let it dry, and then I'm good to go. So no big deal with that. But let me just keep this one to the side real quick. That kept popping off, that's why I switched the heads. But anyways, this way you guys can see what the Tony head looks like on it. Looks pretty cool, right? I'm digging it. Looks absolutely cool. Oh, and let me show you what it looks like with the little piece with on the hip that shoots the little bursts when that jet is following him. I believe that was the scene. So that's pretty cool. Man, I'm going to attempt, I don't know. You know what? Let me do the comparison first I don't know if I'm going to attempt to take the center, the mid piece off so I could do that landing pose. I might not. Please guys forgive me if I don't. I just don't want to mess anything up. I really love this piece. I'm digging it and I don't want to scratch, destroy, or ruin anything. I'll try and show you as much as I can. So let's bring in real quick the OG, as people like to say. Let's see, height wise, you can see how he's a bit loose compared, but he is an old figure. Old but great. You can see they're about the same height. But this is the old guy. You can see he did at the time come with a lot of cool little details. He's super battle damaged, super scuffed up. You do get 2 chest plates, one that's really buff, damaged like this one, and the other one that isn't so much. But you could see the difference in the helmets, the sculpts. This looks way better. So that is a huge improvement. The old one looks a little alienish, like it's too pinched in. Whoop, fucking thing, man. Fucking glue, Hot Toys. Any scratches? No scratches. Alright, but yeah, that's the old compared to the new. Let me see if I could show you real quick. Wasn't it this one? Yeah. So you just give it a little turn and the hip parts would pop out. They're real stiff, but you get the idea. But they were a pain in the butt, but they seem to be working okay now. But the leg pieces, you had to have it lined up just right. There we go. That one popped out all the way. So I don't know. I guess the new way is easier, but it's also more parts. See, now it's having a pain in the butt staying. All right, there we go. This was also spring-loaded. The shoulders, let me see if I even remember. Let's see. Well, the back had the same flaps with the metal pieces, pretty much the same setup, so they could have used a lot of the same parts, you know. Let me see if I remember how the hell this works. Wow, this has been a long time. Come on, Joe, think. I don't want to fucking break anything, guys. Oh, shit. Let me see. Oh, there's one starting to pop out. I'm gonna fucking break something. Alright, maybe it is a smart idea that... Fuck. Anyways, you can see right there, it's spring loaded. It's starting to come out. I don't remember how the frig I used to do this. It's been so long and I don't want to break anything. Come on, Joe, use your coconut. Okay, this is sliding forward, but something's getting in the way. Damn it. I'm sorry, guys. I really don't want to break this. So maybe it is better. Yeah, maybe it is better that they changed it up a bit, because this is a pain. Maybe the spring is just shot, because they used to pop up real easy. Let's see, you get the same kind of detail on the older one if you took off the chest piece. Wow, he's actually a little smaller compared to the new one, but you did get cool detail. You didn't get the stomach area, not like the new one. Maybe now that, oh, there we go. Now that this is out of the way, these want to pop out. Ooh. There's the old one. Did it turn side to side? No, just up and down. So let me see real quick. Everything through the viewfinder is so much harder. Alright, let me back off. Sorry, guys. That was some bad filming there. Alright, so it was this part that was getting in the way. So you could see these just slide forward, and then that pops out, and you're good to go. So pretty cool. Oh, this one also had, let me see this, there's a bit of a difference actually, but I kind of liked how, see this, you get all this cool detail going on. This slid up. This was like that little shield that he puts up at the end. You got the missiles there, so you do get more detail on the older one, I guess. That was pretty cool. I believe only that one side did that. The other side, just the missiles pop up. Jesus, it's been so long since I dealt with this Mark III. I was scared of damaging it, and everything's through this fucking viewfinder because I want to make sure I'm filming. Alright, okay, so yeah, there's a difference. So this one opens up, but not as much as his right arm. So that's the older one. Pretty cool. Still love it. We'll never give it up. Leave him there. And that's that, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. If I don't put up that other pose, and this is the end of the video, that means I didn't have the balls to switch that mid piece. But maybe I will. Hold on. Alright guys, sorry about this. I'm actually filming this after I did my review. I forgot just 2 things that I wanted to show you, actually 3. I already put all my lights away, so forgive me if the lighting looks different. This is just the lighting that I have in the house, the normal, you know, nothing extra. So there's the new head sculpt that we get, right? I just wanted to show you a quick comparison with the old one. And you can see there's, the old one's not bad. Whoa, what's going on? Oh, magnets are pulling. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm an atheist. I don't believe in any ghost bullshit, so that was kind of cool though. Whoop, whoop. Alright, so you could see huge, vast improvement on the head sculpts. But I'm sorry I forgot to show you the old head sculpt to begin with. So, but you could see for the time, for years ago, that definitely would have sufficed. It was cool. But compared to this new quality that we get, it's just wow. The new ones are just wow. Another thing I forgot to show you was the little arc reactor. The glass, it's a nice quality, but it does pop. Well, it's not real glass, but it does pop off, and this does have, wow, that's a bright ass light. It does articulate. You can see you could move it to whatever direction you want. Damn, that is some bright ass shit. Look at that. Alright, let's focus out. Let me shut this off so you can get a better look. Which way is off? This way. So that's that. You can pop that off if you choose to do so. Look at that, beautiful in there. And the other thing I wanted to show you, let me set the camera down. Fuck, I put my tripod away and everything. Sorry about this, guys, but I did want to show you. Look at the old one. You will not get that with the new one. But that's significant ankle pivot. You don't get shit with the new one. I don't know why, but the old one has great ankle pivot. The new one just doesn't. And no, it's not just because it's old and it's loose. They just came with ankle rockers, where the new one doesn't. So I wish it did. It doesn't, but it's not really. It's not, I guess, super needed. So I'm not really gonna complain. I'm just so happy to have this little arc reactor. Been wanting it for years. Finally got it. All right, guys. On to the rest of the video. Sorry about this. All right, guys. As you can see, I did not pussy out. I went ahead, took my time, and did it. And it actually looks pretty fucking badass. I'm digging it. It's cool that you could finally pull off this pose. Just be careful, take your time. The pulling off the midsection, right? He's got 3 buttons, one at the tailbone that releases both legs to drop, just like the older ones. Then you have this button here, right, which releases the bottom section, and then you have one more button up top which releases the top section. Now it was a little hard pushing the buttons in, but as far as when I reconnected the new midsection piece, it just clicked on beautifully. It was flawless. It was beautiful. So look at that. That looks, I am damn impressed with it. Will I keep him like this? I don't know, maybe, because none of the other Iron Man that I have, and I have almost all of them, can really do this pose. So I'm digging it. I'm actually quite happy with it. Let me stand him back up though and show you guys what you should be careful with. Take your time, because look at all these pieces that are so close to touching. If you rush, that's gonna scratch up, that might scratch up. You got pieces everywhere, so just take your time, because if not, oh man, look at that. That looks beautiful. I'm digging this because it looks like it should look. It looks perfect. You can get away with this with articulation, but it's just, you're probably gonna scratch more shit up. It's not gonna look as clean. So let me stand him back up real quick, because I want to show you what he looks like. Listen to that. Let's get that ratchet deal going. So I got lucky. I did not scratch any pieces, right, mate? Alright, let me show you what he looks like. So you could see that big gap in there, because when you hit this very tailbone button, it just drops the whole rear, and the whole waist just drops down, where before it was sitting up. You see how much lower that is now? The whole tush crotch part drops down. It releases it. Now do I have to push that? Yep. So you push it back in to get it back to go where it's supposed to go. See, the gap is closed now. Let's see what he looks like. He looks alright. He looks like he's winding up for a punch, or he's got severe scoliosis going on. But either way, I'm happy with it. Looks great, guys. Don't miss out on it. If you don't have any Iron Man, do I recommend this one? Yes, absolutely. It's from the best Iron Man movie, the first one. I love them all. Yes, I was pissed off with the third one, but I learned to love it. It's Iron Man, so whatever. But I would definitely recommend at least having this, the Mark IV, and maybe a new one from the new Avengers, or the Mark 42. Get any one of those, but don't pass up on this. They're beautiful. It's worth the money. And that's it, guys. So happy. Summer's here. More figures. Time to have fun, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful summer. Keep collecting out there, guys. Enjoy your collection. Don't let anyone tell you what to do with your money. Do what the fuck you want. If you want to buy 1 million of them, buy 1 million of them. If you want to just admire them in videos, do that. Just do you guys. Alright, guys. SS out. Laters.